It's Thursday, July 23, and welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update. It's official, the island's two new ministers have been sworn into office. Tourism and International Transport Minister Lisa Cummins and Minister of Transport Works and Water Resources Ian Gooden-Edgell took the oath of office before Governor-General Dame Sandra Mason at Government House today. Both Cummins and Edgell served notice that they're ready to represent the interests of Barbadians.
What we have to be able to do, and we've seen that happening with the welcome stamp already, we have to be able to distinguish Barbados as distinct from everyone else. We have to be able to refashion and repurpose new products and put them into new markets. We have to create new initiatives. We have to be able to create new sectors, and one of the key things that we've seen, Dr. Clyde Maskell, who is a member of the Prime Minister's team, he did a seminal body of work several years ago that has always stayed with me, which was on the tourism sector and its wider connections to the economy, how we're able to create those strong linkages with the wider economy to generate foreign exchange, generate jobs, to create new opportunities.
I'm pleased that the Prime Minister invited me to join, and I will give it my very best shot. I know there's a lot of work to be done, and I intend to do her proud and justice, because I think it's necessary that we go forward as a government, transitioning the country to the position it ought to be at. So I think it's a good feeling to be proud of the cabinet of Barbados.
Prime Minister Mia Mottley is confident that her new ministers will add value to her government.
They both have, as I said yesterday, a distinguished track record in the areas in which they have served as chairman for this government in the last 2 years. And of course, Mr. Gooden-Edgell is no stranger to public life. When we were last in government, he would have served extensively too. And it is, in my view, a seamless transition for him. Senator Cummins has been working at the University of the West Indies. Their loss is now our gain, and I welcome her to the effort, especially at this very challenging time when Barbados' tourism sector has effectively ground to a halt. And therefore, you come in at a time when the country is expecting many, many things from you.
Barbados is ready as Tropical Storm Gonzalo continues its trek towards the island chain. In his first full day as Minister of Home Affairs, Wilfred Abrams met with disaster officials, key ministries, utility companies and other agencies to assess the level of preparedness. At a news conference this afternoon, he assured the country is fully mobilized.
All of the critical government sites have IT redundancy, and the police are ready. The Defense Force is ready. All the organizations and organs of government are ready. We have done an assessment of the fuel supplies and completed the pre-deployment of critical assets for clearing road and the restoration of utility services. This has been clearly mapped out. And all of the plans for food distribution, securing of water supplies to communities or institutions, hauling out watercraft, use of network drones to assess damages after the system. All of this has been put in place. As I said, this is a completely different picture this year from last year.
The latest bulletin issued by the Barbados Met Office suggests that the system has been weakening, but was 725 miles east-southeast of Barbados. It has maximum sustained winds near 60 miles per hour. Meteorologist Sabu Best outlined what Barbadians can expect.
On its current forecast track, the center of Tropical Storm Gonzalo is expected to pass approximately 130 miles or 210 kilometers to the south of Barbados on Saturday. Gonzalo is currently encountering a dry environment, which is contributing to its weakening. Despite this, some re-strengthening is possible during the next couple of days, and there's still a chance that Gonzalo could become a hurricane. The intensity forecast remains very problematic and of low confidence due to the small size of the cyclone and occasional dry air entrainment. The earliest arrival of the winds are forecasting. Sustained storm force winds are likely to spread across Barbados from the morning of Saturday, 25th of July 2020, with a chance of increasing to hurricane force by Saturday afternoon.
Minister Abrams urged Barbadians not to take any chances.
The country is considerably better off in terms of preparations than it was 2 years ago. And it is now critical that individuals and households have time to complete their own preparations. I can't urge Barbadians enough. We are at the start, effectively, of the hurricane season. So any preparation that you do now is not going to be in vain. It's better that you take the preparations now that you can than for the storm to redevelop or change course and everybody be left scrambling after the fact. Any preparations you do now, whether it's in securing your house, whether it's in stocking up on canned goods, whether it's on stocking up on water, these are not in vain and are things that you should be doing in any event, securing around your house during the hurricane season. So I urge Barbadians, let us not be complacent.
The Bridgetown Port is now the Caribbean's logistic hub in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. On Wednesday, officials from the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, the Caribbean Development Bank, and other stakeholders launched the Integrated Regional Logistics Hub, which will act as a transshipment point for COVID-19 relief supplies, among other things. SEDEMA's acting executive director, Elizabeth Riley, says it's a critical step in improving the region's response to disasters of all kinds.
The economic and social impact of COVID-19, coupled with a natural hazard impact from a storm or hurricane, brings a level of complexity which is not insurmountable, but which has to be carefully planned for. CARICOM states need to coexist with COVID-19 for the foreseeable future, and regional solidarity is therefore a requirement for our member states to successfully emerge from this crisis. This critical and timely support from the Caribbean Development Bank will strengthen the capacity of our participating states in times of greatest need.
At the launch, the Caribbean Development Bank handed over $3 million in relief supplies and personal protective equipment, which will benefit CARICOM member states.
Today, we're taking delivery of the equipment, which includes over 250,000 protective gloves, 160,000 masks, 110,000 gowns, 67,000 goggles, and 35,000 protective suits. We expect that most of the PPP will have been delivered to the beneficiary countries by the end of this month.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news now, Guyana's Chief Elections Officer, Keith Lowenfield, will appear in court tomorrow to face 3 private criminal charges. More in this report from Newsroom Guyana.
Chief Elections Officer Keith Lowenfield has been evading the authorities since private criminal charges were filed on June 30th by People's Progressive Party member Desmond Morayan and member of the New Movement, Daniel Kanai. A joint statement from Kanai, Morayan, and their lawyer Glenn Hanneman noted that after careful planning and strategy, Lowenfield was served at GCOM Secretariat's office. Lowenfield was initially slated to appear in court on July 3rd, but did not show up after the court's bailiff was unable to serve the documents on him. As such, Magistrate Faith Magusti instructed the authorities to ensure Lowenfield is served before his next court appearance on July 24th. He is expected to appear in court on Friday at 9 hours. Lowenfield is facing charges relating to fraud, misconduct in public office, and breach of the public's trust by providing results of the March 2nd elections, which he knows to be false. In court documents seen by the newsroom, it is alleged that Lowenfield conspired with person or persons unknown to commit a common law fraud by presenting to the Guyana Elections Commission altered results from the elections with intent to defraud.
On the international front, the Director General of the World Health Organization has hit back at the USA's Mike Pompeo over allegations that he was bought by China, describing the claims as untrue and unacceptable. The WHO boss made it clear the agency is focused on saving lives.
The comments were done, I think, on last Tuesday, and the comments are untrue and unacceptable, and without any foundation for that matter. And our sole focus and the focus of the entire organization is on saving lives. If there is one thing that really matters to us and which should matter to the entire international community, it's saving lives. And WHO will not be distracted by these comments, and we don't want the international community also to be distracted. As you know, one of the greatest threats we face continues to be the politicization of the pandemic. COVID-19 does not respect borders, ideologies, or political parties.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.